last chance saloon for Jeremy Doku. And if he doesn't kick on and show that he's worth the money and show that he's worth a starting spot, I think that's when we sell him and Pep lets go of him. I have copious amounts of players for you. I'm going to give my verdict on whether they leave the club, a percentage of how likely they are to leave the club. For example, to my right there, 20% Bernardo Silva because he's part of the captain's group or the potential captain's group. If you remember, Pep Guardiola said that this time he is going to be in charge of picking the captain because what happened last time? Kyle Walker was picked as the captain. He ended up being a shitbag, a shithouse, moving to AC Milan, dropped us in the shit, stopped trying. That's what happened. He fell off. So, let's give it to you. Here's possibly players that are going to leave the club. So stick around and watch. Right, first up, Bernardo Silva, 20%. That's based off of everything I've seen. So again, this is my opinion, my own opinion. It's not your opinion. You can have your own opinion. Take it, leave it, whatever. But yeah, 20%. I think that is part of the fact that he is a part of the captain or the potential captain's group. Pep has picked him out, possibly, or they've picked him out, and Pep's going to pick a potential captain from the potentials that the group has picked. So I don't think Bernardo leaves. I think he stays. And like I said in yesterday's video, he's got that experience. And last season, towards the end of the season, he said, I know I can go to war with. Basically digging out other players, saying, listen, I know that you can't handle it. We're all here grafting. We're trying to turn this round, and you're on the piss. Who he was talking about, I don't know. Possibly Walker because he moved to AC Milan. Possibly Jack Grealish just because he went out for a drink. I don't know. I mean, these are real life people. They're going to have real life arguments and real life debates. It's not out of the question because these players are paid a lot of money and in the limelight that they don't have little squabbles like the rest of us do. They do. Next, as I just mentioned, Walker, 100%, a bad egg. I think Pep wants him out. I don't think Pep's got the tolerance to deal with Kyle Walker anymore. Bad attitude, very similar to João Cancelo, except Kyle Walker didn't punch Foden. Next up, Calvin Phillips. It's a 99%er. The problem is he's got an injury at the minute, so if he can get fit in time for the new season, maybe he goes to Leeds, maybe he goes to a different club, maybe not. There's that 1%. I give it the 1% there he doesn't, but either way, he will not play again. Oscar Bob. There's a lot of players in this club that need to go. Oscar Bob is at the bottom of that pile. There's a lot of clubs out there that want Oscar Bob, which means what? We've got a stunning player there. He lit the world on fire in the pre-season friendlies last season, then broke his leg, took a whole season to come back, but hopefully we can see him at his best again. I watched him when he was playing for Norway. He looked alright. Obviously he needs that match fitness, but yeah. I give him a 10% chance of going out on loan, which means I don't think we sell him at all, and I think there's only a slight chance we send him out on loan. Echeverri. The problem is with this guy, our midfield and our 10 area has other players which take priority. Now, Echeverri might be a very, very good player, but is he going to be able to squeeze in there? It doesn't matter if, let's say he puts on a couple of really good performances in this Club World Cup and Pep rates him. I still think Pep would struggle to put him in there ahead of Shirky and Foden. And maybe even Marmoush, and there's other players that can go there as well. So, as good as he is, I think he goes out on loan, he gets a bit better, he comes back, and maybe there's a player in our squad that just isn't up to scratch, needs replacing. Echeverri, get in there, make that other guy fight for his place back again. Right? So, 60% chance of a loan. So, keeping him, like my choice would be keep him permanently as a proper player, loan him out, 6% chance I think. Next up, James McAtee. James McAtee didn't come to the Club World Cup, so that tells you everything you need to know really. I give it an 80% chance of him going. Depends on how much money they can get for him. City value him at 20 mil, which is absolutely ridiculous, really. He's definitely a 30 mil, 35 mil player. 80% chance of McAtee going, which I think is fair. There's plenty of clubs that have their eye on him. It's whether he's good enough for them clubs to be a starter. I mean, I know one thing, he's good enough for a Leeds to start. He's good enough for an Everton to start. But the problem is, James McAtee probably wants a really good squad, a Manchester City or a Liverpool. Or, I'm not saying he's going to move to Liverpool, but I think he wants a really good squad to play in like that. I think he feels he deserves to be in that very, very good squad. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Next up, Ederson. I give him a 25% chance of leaving. Pretty much safe. He's told Pep that he wants to stay, but if a move materialises, then he would be happy to move on. What that means, I have no idea. But the problem is he needs to decide quick. And that's not the only problem with Ederson. He needs to decide quick whether he wants to stay or go. And if you do want to stay and be happy. So there's an option of a 1, 2 or 4 year contract extension. If I was you, Ederson, turn yourself around. Start to like football again. Start to love football rather than the cash. Want to stay. Have that hunger, because you're going to be our number one keeper. Get that hunger back and sign that 4-year extension, please. Moving on. Kovacic. I give him a 20% chance of leaving purely on the basis that he's injured. The guy got himself injured right at the end of the season so that he couldn't move. This guy wants to stay, I think, doesn't he? Although a very, very good player, I think we paid like 22 million for him. We'd probably move him on for 10 million. Now, this is a guy that would suit an Everton or a Forest, etc. Those sorts of teams. It's whether Kovacic wants that. Kovacic is a serial winner, to be fair. He's won at Real Madrid. He's won at Chelsea. He's won at City. He loves winning, that guy. Next. Ortega, very similar situation to Ederson. He's told Pep that he's not leaving. There's no doubt about Ortega, but I've put it down at 20% because of that wanting to go initially. So I don't think a player can just go, okay, I'll stay, and then not have them feelings in their head. Now, the problem with Ortega is he wants to be number one. Ederson is number one. There is in no way any world where I'd want Ortega as City's number one. As good of a shot stopper as he is not calm under pressure like Ederson, and we're used to that now. We're used to the calm, cool collectiveness at the back that Ederson's got, and his passing ability is second to none. Ortega, he's not bad with the ground pass, but yeah, as far as being calm in a situation where you need to be calm, he hasn't got that. We can bring up little moments of brilliance where he's basically won us a few points, like against Son when we played Tottenham. But is that good enough to be our number one? No. All second class, third class keepers make saves like that because they're playing out their skin to try and get into the team. So unfortunately, a very good keeper, just not good enough to be number one. Moving on. John Stones. I genuinely think Pep is giving this guy one more chance. He's had an operation. Let's see if he gets better after he's had this operation. Maybe in the past he hasn't wanted to do an operation, and now he thinks, you know what, let's have this operation. I'll be out for a bit. The rest of the squad's out for a bit. They're not winning the league. I'll have this operation. Let's see how I go. Maybe I can come back. Maybe I can go a full season without getting injured. There's going to be a lengthy or a hefty price tag on John Stones. I'd want at least 25-30 million for him, because he's a game changer if he can stay fit. Now, obviously, you're going to get links to your Evertons and teams like that because he came from Everton and he is a very good player, and he would turn Everton's playing style around. Like talking about Ederson being cool, calm and collected on the ball, so is John Stones. So I think a very good player when he's fit, and I'd hate to see him somewhere else, because he is a really good player. Next up. Okay, similar feelings towards Ake that I have towards John Stones. John Stones is a very good player if you can stay fit. The same can be said for Nathan Ake. Now, Nathan Ake has locked down Salah on numerous occasions, and me, myself, as a City fan watching, if we're playing Liverpool and I see him down that left, and he's been in the team a few weeks, and he started to build up a bit of match fitness, and I'm thinking, yeah, you're looking a bit fluent on that ball, Ake. You're looking good in defence. You're looking like a wall. Then I'm happy to keep him if he's willing to do stuff like that and keep fit for stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm not so attached to Ake that I am John Stones. So Ake, for me, I give him a 50-50. I think Pep would like to keep him. Both John Stones and Nathan Ake are homegrown. We need homegrown. So, yeah. Next, Gundogan. I'm not really sure with Gundogan. I think City are holding out for a bit of cash for him. Maybe Turkish leagues come calling. Whether he goes to the Turkish league or not, I don't know. I give him a 75% chance because I was swinging towards the staying. I think there's 25% on him staying. So I don't know. I actually don't know with Gundogan, but he's not part of the possible captains list. So maybe that tells you more than what you need to know. Maybe that tells you what you need to know. Maybe that tells you that Gundogan is going. Bitter Heights, 60% chance of a loan, in my opinion. He sat on the bench all last season. I think he played one game, and that was in, I don't know what it was in actually. It might have been the Carabao. He looked all right, but not strong enough. Now, if you look at him in comparison to Husanov looks a more stable defender, a quicker defender, a more powerful defender. Bitter Heights, I think, needs to put on a bit of weight first before he comes into the team. I think he needs a loan. I think he needs to go out on loan. I think he needs to do that for himself. And don't forget, we got Zuma Bar, who is probably going to go on loan again. And I think at some point in the future, Zuma Bar is going to be one hell of a player. He's going to be our player. And I don't think he's going to be loaned. I think after this season-long loan that Zuma Bar is going on now, he'll be back to us. I just think Bitter Heights, obviously we bought him for a reason. So he must be good. They must have plans for him. What them plans are, I don't know. Next up. The problem with Jack Grealish, I give him 90%, and that 10% being the money that City want for him. They want 40 or 50 million for him. Now, obviously, you got to start high. So I think if you got 35 million for him, I think City would take it. I think they'd bite the hands off 35 million. Everton are interested. Tottenham apparently interested, but no longer interested. And then obviously Manchester United. I don't think Jack Grealish have a problem going to Manchester United, but it's whether Manchester United value him at the money that City want for him. I don't think Manchester United have that sort of money to be throwing around willy-nilly on players like Jack Grealish. And they're thinking, hold on, how many players have we lost because of similar sorts of situations? The attitude problems, the drinking problems. I'm not saying that's a problem with Jack, but you never know what's going on behind closed doors, and we're never going to know until he's gone because they want to sell this player. They want to put this player in the shop window. If they have any problems with him, are they going to come out publicly and say that there's any problems? Nope, they're not, but we will find out later. Next up, Jeremy Doku. Now, Jeremy Doku is an enigma. Jeremy Doku, I think this is his last season. I think there's a real chance that Jeremy Doku leaves. I don't think there's a player in there that Pep's thinking, wow, we need you. Now, Savio, on the other hand, Savio has got promise. The good point about Savio is he can remain fit. He looks like he's one hell of a player but just can't shoot, and that will come with time. Whereas Doku, on the other hand, injury prone, the type of player to beat a low block and then do nothing with the ball. The type of player that can't find our 10-year contracted striker, which needs to happen. because we need to bring Haaland back alive. So there's a real possibility that Jeremy Doku gets sold. Now, is that going to be after the Club World Cup this season? You know, possibly not. I would probably take that number up to 75%, and that's 75% of chance of not being sold. But maybe the season after. I think this is last chance saloon for Jeremy Doku, and if he doesn't kick on and show that he's worth the money and show that he's worth a starting spot, I think that's when we sell him and Pep lets go of him. All right, everyone. That's my thoughts on who I think we're going to sell, who we're going to sell, and yeah. Like the video, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.